It's lights out and away we go. The Mercedes get away very well indeed, tentative from Carlos Sainz, but Hamilton goes into the lead. Now we're looking to Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Vettel gets into the first turn just ahead of the Mercedes. It's Hamilton who leads from Vettel. Ricardo pressurizes Kimi Raikkonen as well, and Sebastian Vettel just eases ahead of Valtteri Bottas and then almost takes out Kimi Raikkonen, who loses a place to Daniel Ricciardo. Is the Williams of Lance Stroll going off and onto the gravel.
Right rear damage as well, right rear tyre.
Lance Stroll is finally allowed to get out of his Williams car. His race is done. And the virtual safety car is coming out.
Yeah, it has to be. The car's in it's in the firing line if you go off in that corner.
And as you can see, that wasn't his fault.
Fair old thump there, didn't he?
Got hit out of the race.
Sebastian Vettel pits for the soft tyres, the dry, soft tyres. So organised chaos here in the pits.
Let's see a replay of the start here. No action warranted, as you say, for Sebastian Vettel, Martin. He is now down in 6th place and has lost out hugely in these opening exchanges. Max Verstappen from the start.
He almost had no revs on there. It's like a video game, isn't it?
Yeah. But manages
to get out of the throttle while he momentarily couldn't see where he was going.
Oh, and there is a major incident once again involving Antonio Giovinazzi, who crashed in qualifying, and he has crashed quite heavily on lap 4 of this Chinese Grand Prix. The safety car will now be deployed, a huge amount of debris over the track, and Giovinazzi has had a weekend in Shanghai to forget.
He's turned out to be rather expensive, hasn't he?
Oh dear. And as soon as he put his foot down, Martin, you got the feeling he was a bit of a passenger there.
I still can't get a feel for which is the right tyre. And Ricciardo then is going to change.
So they're taking those inters off, Ted. He's gone down to 12th place, Paul, Valtteri Bottas. So from running right up at the sharp end, that moment where he's gone off the track has cost him a huge amount of places.
Green flag.
So the safety car will peel off into the pits, and now we'll see if those tyres are up to temperature, and we'll see what the drivers can do. Massive roar from the crowd as we get racing again. Hamilton heads down towards turn 1 ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen and Max Verstappen. 2 Red Bulls now in the top 4. Sebastian Vettel is 5th after starting on the front row. Then comes Fernando Alonso from McLaren. Behind him comes Carlos Sainz, Danny Kvyat, and then Felipe Massa under pressure. As down the inside goes Sergio Perez. Bold move from the Mexican, and it hasn't quite come off, because Massa has the better line going through turn 2. Now Perez will fight him back again, and the place switched and then switched again as Sergio Perez moves that Force India up into 9th place and ahead of Felipe Massa, and now he can get off to Danny Kvyat, and he got a great exit, didn't he, out of turn 4. Perez is away and now up to 8th.
Super impressed with Perez there as Verstappen then goes around the outside of Kimi Raikkonen. Here he's on the march again. The vortices boiling off the rear wing.
There goes Verstappen down the inside on Daniel Ricciardo into turn 6. He's made up yet another place. And that is the Toro Rosso of Danny Kvyat. It looks like he's parked up, and that's Sebastian Vettel going down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen, pulling off a move at turn 6. So let's have a look at it now on the approach down to turn 6. Well, the door was open from Kimi Raikkonen, but he almost didn't realise Seb was coming. Vettel just will hope now to slot behind him, try and pick up a bit of a toe, try and slipstream at the Red Bull if he possibly can, and make his move on his former teammate down towards turn 6. This time he's going to go round the outside. He went down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen, went round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo fights back, but has Sebastian Vettel got just far enough ahead? Yes, he has. They touched as they went through turn 7, but not enough to put either driver off, and Sebastian Vettel pulls off a super move there on his former teammate. See Vettel locked up, but right here, they gave each other absolutely no quarter. Banged wheels there. But it was fair and it was glorious. And we'll see the Ferrari gaining on the Red Bull.
Oh, that's awful for that left front. That's a big problem.
And that's an even bigger problem. Sebastian Vettel goes past Max Verstappen.
Drive shaft problem, he said. So these things won't go very far if you've broken a drive shaft.
Official pit stop, and what is his time through the pits, because the safety car led him through there a little earlier. Into turn one we go now. Daniel Ricciardo swoops round the right-hander, still behind his teammate. We're on the penultimate lap of this Chinese Grand Prix. Hamilton leads Vettel, leads Verstappen, leads Ricciardo, and Kimi Raikkonen is 4 seconds and gaining fast away from these pair in 5th place. Verstappen still ahead of Ricciardo. Nobody's been ahead of Lewis Hamilton today. Hamilton takes the checkered flag and wins the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's all square at the top of the Drivers' Championship as Sebastian Vettel comes home for 2nd place. Verstappen's looking for his teammate, Daniel Ricciardo. Can Ricciardo afford one late lunch? Down the inside, he thought about it, and then he locked up. Verstappen 3rd, Ricciardo 4th, and Kimi Raikkonen comes home to take 5th place, just ahead of Valtteri Bottas. In 6th, the Mercedes move ahead of Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship as a result of that too. What a dramatic end to a dramatic Grand Prix. And a winning trophy to put on the cabinet in Monaco or in Brackley, wherever the winning trophy might go.